Falcons fans, stop what you're doing. A warning from an Atlanta legend, a jaw-dropping statement from Patrick Mahomes, and a rising QB at the center of it all. Is Michael Penix Jr. about to lead us into a new era, or will he be the next name in a long line of heartbreak? This could change everything for the Falcons, and the future of the franchise starts now. Breaking news, Falcons Nation, and this one hits deep. The future of our team might be taking shape right now, and it starts with something no one saw coming. Patrick Mahomes, yes, the Patrick Mahomes, just said something that could shake the entire league. The two-time MVP, three-time Super Bowl champ, the man who completely changed what it means to be an NFL quarterback. He just gave major praise to Michael Penix Jr. Let that sink in for a second. Mahomes didn't just throw out a casual compliment. He said Penix throws the football as well as anyone. That's right. One of the greatest to ever do it is saying our rookie QB has elite-level arm talent. And this wasn't some offhand comment. Mahomes explained that he's been watching Penix since his college days at Indiana, all the way through his incredible final season at Washington. He said he was blown away by how strong Penix finished the year and how confidently he played under pressure. This is real respect from someone who knows what greatness takes. But here's the question that's dividing the entire fan base. Is Michael Penix Jr. really the answer? Is he the one who finally ends 7 long years of pain and playoff misery for the Falcons? Not everyone's convinced. Penix still has to prove himself. He only went 1-2 as a starter at the end of last season. He's never played a full NFL season. The pressure? It's enormous. The expectations? Even higher. But here's why this story matters. Because Mahomes isn't betting on hype. He's betting on Penix's potential. He believes the arm is special. He believes, with the right coaching and patience, Penix can become something Atlanta hasn't had in years, a true franchise quarterback. And Mahomes made another key point. The Falcons already have the pieces around him. Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Bijan Robinson. A veteran offensive line that can hold the line and protect their guy. That's not just talent. That's a full offensive machine ready to explode. So now the pressure moves from Penix's shoulders to the entire Falcons organization. Can head coach Raheem Morris bring it all together? Can this locker room find its rhythm, its fight, its identity? Mahomes put it perfectly. The NFL is about momentum, about getting hot at the right time. Talent means nothing if you don't execute. And speaking of execution, the football gods might be throwing the Falcons a little early help. In Week 2, Atlanta faces the Minnesota Vikings, but their top wide receiver, Jordan Addison, might not even play. Last year, Addison torched us. 8 catches, 133 yards, 3 touchdowns. It was his best game of the year, and it hurt. But now, Addison is under league review for a DUI and could face a 3-game suspension. If that happens, the Falcons might catch a huge break. That's one major weapon off the board for the Vikings. Still, nobody's handing us anything. And that's exactly what Cam Newton, Atlanta's own, former NFL MVP, wants to make clear. He just sent a strong message to Penix Jr. A warning, maybe. A challenge, definitely. So now it's your turn, Falcons fans. Do you believe in Michael Penix Jr.? Is he the guy who can lead us back to greatness? Or is this just another false start? Drop your take in the comments. On a scale from 1 to 10, how confident are you in Penix leading the Falcons this season? Let's see where Falcons Nation really stands. Cam Newton just dropped a message that every Falcons fan, and especially Michael Penix Jr., needs to hear. On his podcast 4th and 1, Newton didn't hold back. His words were sharp, honest, and straight from the heart of someone who's been there. The same way you got the position is the same way you'll lose it. Boom. That's the NFL in one sentence: brutal, fast, and unforgiving. Cam's message to Penix? Don't get too comfortable. Just because you've been named the starter doesn't mean the job is yours forever. One bad game, one bad week, one slip in preparation, and the league will move on from you without even blinking. And Penix doesn't have to look far to see how real that is. He won the starting job over Kirk Cousins, a respected veteran with playoff experience. But that same competition can flip on him just as fast. Cousins is still here, still watching, still ready. What Cam Newton said wasn't just tough love, it was a warning from someone who's lived this pressure. A former MVP, a hometown hero, a guy who knows exactly how quickly a city can love you and how fast the league can forget you. But here's where Penix might have an edge most people overlook. This young quarterback has already fought through more pain and setbacks than many players see in their whole career. 4 straight season-ending injuries in college. 4 times when doctors told him he was done. 4 times when fans gave up on him. And every single time he came back stronger. That kind of grit, that mental toughness, might be Penix's true superpower in 2025. And that's important, because this season matters more than any Falcons season in the past 7 years. Atlanta hasn't made the playoffs since 2017. Not a single winning record. Last year, we started 6-3 and then watched it all collapse into an 8-9 finish. That pain still stings. That frustration hasn't faded, and now, this entire city is turning to a 24-year-old quarterback with just 3 NFL starts to carry the dream. Think about that pressure. Michael Penix Jr. is either about to become the hero Atlanta has been waiting for, or another name in the long line of missed chances. And while fans argue about whether Penix is the guy, the noise around him is getting louder by the day. Some are cheering him on. Others are warning him, like Cam, not to let the spotlight blind him. But let's go back to Patrick Mahomes' comments for a second. That wasn't just some casual praise at a press conference. It was a statement. He's going to keep getting better and better in the NFL, Mahomes said. And coming from Mahomes, that means something. Remember, Mahomes was doubted too. When he left Texas Tech, people said he was too risky, too wild, that his gunslinger style wouldn't work in the NFL. But look where he is now. Mahomes sees something in Penix. Because maybe he sees a piece of his younger self, a young, gifted, hungry quarterback with something to prove and the whole world watching. So let's hear it, Falcons Nation. Do you think Penix has what it takes to silence the doubters like Mahomes did? Or is Cam Newton right, and Penix still has to earn every single snap? Sound off in the comments. Are you Team Mahomes believer or Team Cam realist? Let's settle it right here, right now. Patrick Mahomes took all the doubt people had about him and turned it into 2 MVP awards and 3 Super Bowl rings. He proved everyone wrong. So now, if he sees that same fire, that same raw talent in Michael Penix Jr., it should make every Falcons fan sit up and pay attention. But let's not fool ourselves. This journey won't be easy. Cam Newton's warning still rings loud. The same way you got the position is the same way you'll lose it. That's not just a quote. That's NFL reality. This league doesn't hand out second chances. It's not about feelings, it's a business. Even for a first-round quarterback, nothing is guaranteed. If Penix has a slow start, if he struggles to adjust, those whispers start creeping back in. Should we go back to Kirk Cousins? That question doesn't go away. It waits in the shadows. And no one knows that better than Cam Newton himself. He went from NFL MVP to bouncing around teams in just a few short seasons. He lived the highs. He felt the crash. Now Penix steps into that same pressure cooker, and it's not just about playing well. It's about playing well fast. Why? Because this Falcons roster is built to win right now. Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Bijan Robinson. These aren't rookies waiting to grow with a young QB. They're stars ready to compete today. They want a quarterback who can lead this year, not 3 years from now. And that's what makes Penix's mental strength just as important as his arm. Mahomes said it best. Momentum is everything in the NFL. We saw that last year. The Falcons opened the season strong, 6-3. But then the collapse came, a heartbreaking 8-9 finish. The spark disappeared. The momentum died. This year, the Falcons can't afford another breakdown. Every little edge matters. Even something like a schedule twist could change everything. Remember Jordan Addison? Last year, he torched us, 3 touchdowns in a single game. One of the best performances of his career. And it was against us. But now, he might miss week 2 due to a possible 3-game suspension after a DUI and plea deal. If the league steps in, that's a massive break for Atlanta. Addison is nearly impossible to replace. If he's out, the Falcons' defense has a golden opportunity to attack early, and that's where this season can start to shift. Winning early builds momentum, and momentum is everything, especially for a young quarterback trying to find confidence, rhythm, and leadership. And let's not forget, Penix has faced brutal moments before. At Indiana, he suffered 4 straight season-ending injuries. That could have ended his football journey right there. But instead, he transferred to Washington. He rebuilt his throwing motion, he studied harder, he led with fire, and he turned himself into a first-round NFL pick. That kind of resilience, that kind of fight, is rare. Most young quarterbacks collapse under this kind of pressure. But Penix? He's already battled worse. And maybe, just maybe, that's what will keep him grounded when the spotlight gets too bright. So now I turn to you, Falcons fans. Do you believe in Michael Penix Jr.? Is he the one who finally ends the playoff drought? Or is this just another name in the long list of false starts? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Legend in the making, or lesson in heartbreak? The future of this team may depend on how this one young quarterback handles the weight of a whole city's hope.